It's showtime!
Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick.
Billy, your beard is long as hell. I must say that, but I respect that. What did you see that you switched up with Gabriel Rosado in this fight? Because in the first round, the first few rounds, it looked like Powell was trying to make it a technical fight. What did you have to change up in this fight?
Well, what you got to understand, we was in camp for 11 weeks. But for the first 8 weeks, we thought we was fighting Joel Julio, which is about 5'9", right-handed pressure fighter that comes to you. Boxes somewhat, but not. And then, for some reason or another, he pulled out. God bless him. You know what I mean? So now they put Sechew Powell in there, which is the complete polar opposite. He's 5'11". He's slick. He's a southpaw. Uses the angles. So we had to make slight adjustments. We went out to the wild card gym to get some sparring, and we set up camp right next door. We lived in a Vagabond Inn for 3 weeks. I took Gabi in there. We sparred. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you know, we didn't get as much sparring that was simulated possible. But I was always told as a child, you make the best use of what you have in front of you. You know, when I was being trained to train fighters since I'm 15 years old under the great Mr. Wesley Mozart, my guy at the soul. Forgot more about boxing than 90% of people in the world knows. And he always would tell me, you make the best of what the work you have in front of you. So we went with world-class right-handed work, because world-class right-handed work in our situation was better than bullshit southpaw work. And Freddie accommodated us, and he got us some good work, and, you know, we made the adjustment. But we always knew, see, you plan your fight and you fight your plan, but if all else fails, you got to make the adjustment. The one who can make the adjustment 9 out of 10 times is going to be the one that wins, you know. Like Mike Tyson said it best, everybody has a plan until you get hit. Well, our plan was consistent throughout. It just, you know, we had to make the adjustment. The timing was a little bit different, and we didn't want to get careless. There's a difference between fear and common sense. You know, you walk into dumb punches, you get hit, boom. That's not fearless. That's stupidity. You know what I'm saying? The object of boxing is hit, not get hit. So we made the adjustments. We got inside because, like I was taught as a child, there's no difference between a southpaw and a right hand and the inside. They're technically the only difference, the hook comes from the right side, not the left. But if you're in the pocket, it doesn't matter. You get inside and you work. With a slick guy like Powell, if you load up, he's going to see the shots coming. He's going to be able to cut the angle to move on you. What you do is you walk him down. We walk in with the jab, the head and upper body movement. You cut the angles, and then when you get inside, you just run your hands. If you notice, he would just run his hands. You know, he would decoy shots. Here, to set this one up here, or here, to rip this one downstairs. And then you just keep chopping away. You're chopping away. It's like a tree. If you give me an axe, I can't chop the tree down with 3 shots. I got to go, then I go on this side and it falls over, you know. Basically, we just made the adjustments. We train to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can box southpaw, he can box, he can punch, he can pressure punch, he can counter punch, you know, pressure boxing. I mean, we have all different styles. This is probably about the 5th guy we stopped that's never been stopped before, you know?
So let me ask you a question. What type of sparring did you get at the wild card gym? I mean, there's world-class fighters there. Right. There's guys there that are 135 to 175 to 200. Who did you spar at the wild card gym?
Oh, we sparred our man Michael Medina, man. Thank you, brother. You did a hell of a job for us. You tremendous fighter, man. I mean, best work we had out there. Then we sparred Craig McEwen, the last guy we sparred. He gave us 4 rounds, super middleweight, beautiful southpaw. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the work. And, you know, we was able to utilize that, but he was only able to get him at the last day because we cut work a week out, you know, obviously because he got to shake out, make weight, you know, and focus on just keeping the eyes sharp, and we had to make our press conference and things of that nature, you know, the business end of the game.
So now I don't want to make this something else besides you guys, but were you there with all the media hype that went down at the wild card, and how did you guys stay focused with all that going down with Manny Pacquiao fighting on June 9th?
Oh, well, that's Freddie Roach is a consummate professional. He's the best in the business, bar none. And he allowed us to train at the same time Manny trained, so there really wasn't no distractions. You know, they closed the door. The man Rob that works the door, his sister Marie, they're beautiful people, man. You know, God bless them. I love them to death. And they was able to you know, keep everything in a proper focus. Manny had his little spot to train. We trained our spot. We never interfered with him. He never interfered with us. They beautiful people. Pacquiao, man, I hope he becomes, you know, I hope he wins this fight. And, you know, I just love the man. He's a beautiful individual, God-fearing man. Freddie's a beautiful person, man. I can't thank him enough for the opportunity he gave us to train there.
Now, one of my favorite fighters is Peter Quillen. Did you guys get it on with Kid Chocolate?
No, we didn't have a chance to spar Kid Chocolate. He was fighting the southpaw, too. But we actually got a chance to spar with Craig McEwen, which was his sparring partner. Chocolate was gracious enough. Freddie Roach, Kid Chocolate, and Eric Brown were gracious enough to allow us to use him for 4 rounds, you know, to keep the eyes sharp before we got on the plane to come home. Kid Chocolate's a beautiful person. His father, really good people. His brothers, great people, man.
Now, what do you want to see next for King Gabe Rosado?
Anybody at 54, man. We'll fight anybody at 54. We paid our dues. People want to say names. I don't want to say names. I say we fight whoever got the title at 54. That could be K9 Bundrage. That could be Carnelo. That could be Austin Trout. That could be whoever, man. You know, the Russian guy from the Ukraine. I'm sorry, his name slips me right off the hand.
Zinzurek.
Yeah, we could fight him. I mean, whoever they want, man. Gabi at the point now, I mean, the sky's the limit, man. I believe I have the best 154-pounder in the world.
Is there anything else you want to say to the fans? Because, I mean, it's a great night. I know you guys want to celebrate, but here's your time, brother.
I just want to thank the fans for supporting Team Swag, with Gabi's Team Rosado. And I want to thank Gabi, you know, because that brother, man, he's a tremendous fighter, beautiful person, extremely intelligent, and he's dead game, you know what I mean? You got to kill him to beat him, and he might come up out the grave and beat you some more. You know what I mean? The man, he'll fight King Kong, Godzilla, and a Loch Ness Monster if he pops his head up out the creek. You know what I mean? He's a beautiful man, you know, and a great family. Sky's the limit, brother. Sky's the limit.
And here's the last question, I promise. My partner thinks you look really young. So tell us what your age is, man.
38 years old. I've been training professional fighters since I'm 15. That makes 23 years. And I mean, there's proof. This is not something I made up. It's proof, you know what I'm saying? I studied an apprentice. You don't just walk into this game, throw a towel over your shoulder, and call yourself a trainer. Many people do that. I never did that. I started fighting at 6 years old. I stopped at 19 because of my eyes. Obviously, as you can see, I'm almost legally blind. You know, I can't even get driver's license. But that's another story. We'll go on that another time. But the reason, you know, I started at 15. They gave me the bucket. I worked the fights. I worked pads. Man, I've done it all, brother. I earned my stripes. If this was the Army, I'd be a fucking 5-star general. You know what I mean?
All right, General. I'm going to let you go.
Brother.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good work. And that's it, baby. And that's it, fight fans. Live from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This is Victor Salazar, BoxingVoice.com. Signing out, baby.
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit. You're not shit.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit.
When you hit the pedal, ain't gonna be no gas in the car at the end of this.